Hello guys, and welcome to another day of One Disc Wednesday. I'm still here in Belgium playing the Pro Tour layout, and then I'm going to be playing it with this guy, the Launcher US. Can't say I'm excited to get beaten up by the course, but I'm excited to play it, and I'm excited to see what this disc can do on the tight wooded holes. It's going to be interesting, but as you guys just saw, a truck parked right in front of hole 1, so I had to go lefty spike icer and miss the island. So here we go. Let's start the video with a putt for par from the drop zone on hole 1. That'll be a bogey. So usually, or at this tournament right now, par averaged around like 980 something. So this is not an easy course, and the hard part of the course is the par 4s in the woods, which in those holes you don't want to be throwing a 13 speed distance driver. But yeah, I'm gonna take a beat today, that's for sure. We're starting off with a bogey, so I'm 1 over and coming to a hole 2, which I can't reach because it's a little far. I'm not gonna be throwing forehands today because I've been throwing discs for every day for over a week now, so gotta take care of the elbow a little bit. Not that it's hurting at all, but we don't need it to be hurting, you know. Hole 2, here we go. Basket is there in that little opening. Yeah, we definitely yanked that one a little bit, but that's fine. We're still in par position, which for me on this hole is just fine. Although, I don't know how upshots are going to be with a 13 speed again. But if I were to tell you something about the Launcher US, it is that it's obviously a high-speed driver. And you can definitely feel that as soon as it gets just close to low speeds, it starts fading for sure. But it does have some high-speed turn since it's -2 turn, and mine is also like slightly beat up, so it will flip a little more than it will out of the box. But I feel like it holds the stability pretty well, more than I would have thought. I would have liked to have one of them be a roller disc by now, but don't have that. So, and it has a lot of glide, so I think it's the disc that I can throw the farthest in my bag, on my backhand. But I am having a bit of trouble getting a 13 speed up to speed. Yeah, good wording. And I'm going to be throwing just like a mix of lefty and righty backhands today, avoiding the forehand, and we're fine. Yep, that's what's happened. On to hole 3. I'm gonna be editing this one on the phone, I think, because I'm still in Belgium and I don't have my PC here, so I won't get a lot of graphics on the screen. So I will just tell you guys that was a par, and I'm still 1 over par. Oh yeah, hole 3, 106 meters. You can see it. It's up on a little high rise down there. There's OB front, OB left, and OB right. So stay in the fairway. We actually hit the base of the basket. That's the best shot I've thrown, and I've been here in a week. It might have rolled a little bit though. We'll see. Okay, we're right there. That's perfect. So that's a birdie. We're back to even. So hole 4 here is kind of a similar shot. It's also on a high rise up there. You can see it in the gap. You want to like start it off the left side and like turn it in there. So I think this disc is actually perfect for the shot. 97 meters uphill. Turned that one just a little bit too much, but It's up there. Probably not for a putt, but for an easy par, I think. I guess we can say it's not a good upshot disc, because it's a little bit fast. But that one a little long, but we should be able to hit the putt, honestly. So that was another par. Well, it was a par, and we are still even. Hole 5 here is you want to go straight and then to the right, or really just want to go. You want to go right around the corner. It's a par 4, 172 meters, and then there's a gap you need to hit from there. So you want to stay pretty close to the trees on the right side. Ideally, I would want something more of a staple for this, but I'll go lefty backhand and then just put a little bit more hyzer on it than I usually would. Should be able to see how it hyzer flips here, maybe. Yeah, pretty much perfect. Flipped up to almost flat, but stayed on that hyzer, and then the aggressive fade in the end. That's what we know, because it's a 13 speed. So this was pretty much the perfect shot. This is the tunnel we were talking about. You can see the basket in there, it's blue. There you go. And we definitely don't want a distance driver here, but we're gonna try and finesse it. Nose up, little anti-flex thing maybe. Or let it slip right out of my hand and we scrambling. You can't see anything really, but I have a little gap. I'm gonna try and go for a lefty flick. Didn't work, but we're in the fairway. I think on these short ones, I should go for the forehand because that's the only one I can actually control with such a high-speed disc. So let's just do that. That wasn't impressive either. Alright, that's a double bogey. We got beat up by the hole. Alright, double bogey. That puts us at +2. Time for the ultimate gap shot. This one is going to be tricky with a distance driver because it can't really fade out. But I think we also found the downside of the Longe US. Don't use it inside 40 meters or something. It's better for distance. 165 meters, this straight. You can see the basket all the way down the tunnel. Just stay in the middle. They're OB, pretty far out into the sides, but you can definitely find it. Got birds chasing each other. That's cool. Yeah, I was going for the flip up, but that was a little bit too much hyzer. I'm starting to feel something in my shoulder, like my rotator cuff tendonitis thing. So I'm going to throw lefty from here on out. It sucks, but that's how it is. Already played one round today, so now we're going to get beat up even more. Lefty, one disc, Pro Tour course. Good luck. That was perfect, but it just hit the last tree. By the way, we're gonna have to putt lefty as well, because putting is the worst for my shoulder. We're out there for putt. Woohoo! So we have this for bogey now. All right, another double bogey. That's what I told you though. The par fours in the woods, they're going to be hard with this disc. So that was a 6, and now we are 4 over par. It's up on the little staircase here. There's a par 3. Not easy to park at all. You can't park it. But I'm going to try and flex it around to the left. Would, again, like something more of a staple here, but maybe the low speed fade will do it for me. Not enough speed to turn the disc, so just went straight. The cool thing about this hole though is the backstop. It's basically a mandatory run because it's the right play. That was online, but just needed more height. Bogey +5. So hole 8 here is a little par 3. It's called Nothing Special because it's nothing special. It's just right there, 80 meters downhill. Easiest thing in the world with a putter, but we're not going to play touchy with this thing and try and land it flat or something down there. We're just going to full run it because that's what distance drivers do on 80-meter holes. Ooh, that's close. Nice try, Andrew. Thank you, Andrew. So we're still 5 over through 8, and this is hole 9, the hardest hole on the course. It played 1 stroke over par on average, approximately, in the tournament. It's like, you want to go just left of that light pole maybe, in the middle of the fairway, and then have it on like a pretty steep hyzer with this thing, and then have it flip up, go up there to the right, and then if you get like 90 to 100 meters up there, which is basically impossible, then you can look down at the basket straight. To a hard green because it's very downslopey and very skippy. Cool par 4 though, goes like on like snakes through the woods and has both power and well has both gap shot and touch in the end. I like. Inside, but we've got a good kick. We're in the middle of the fairway. Let's just try and make some forward progress here. Get as many meters as we can. Perfect shot, but just hits that little tree in the middle of the fairway. And yes, I was trying to flex on the right side of those 2 trees in the middle, because on my lefty, I like to do flexes. I like to do like anhyzer releases, which can be a problem with a flippy disc, you know, but I try to find those lines because hyzer release is inconsistent for me with it. We'll try though. We're doing our best. Just really want to get this video out and want to get in one more video while I'm here in Belgium and have 2 extra days. So we'll do it even if it has to be lefty. So from here, we want to go on the gap as far on the inside as we can to the left, and then we want it to skip when it gets out there because it's like in that direction. But I don't have righty backhand. I will try doing the lefty forehand, but it's gonna be ugly. Yeah, I need more stable disc for my lefty forehand because I yank it over. Basket's right down there, so it looks like another lefty flick, honestly. Oh yeah, that was really good touch. 175. We'll take that, honestly. That's a pretty good result on that hole. 6 over par now. So here we have it, the driving range. This is a long par 4. Well, it's only 175 meters actually, but you can maybe see the big red tree up there. The basket is standing like 50 meters left from that. So we want to go straight for the first shot and then into the left on the second one. We're going to try and just, there's OB on both sides. We're trying to just keep it in the fairway. Go for like a little hyzer flip to turn over, see if we can get like a maximum distance throw to see what this thing can do. Definitely could have used some more turnover in this headwind, or tailwind it is, but I think it's out there pretty good. Would have liked more distance, but we can definitely see the baskets from here, so it's fine. It's right there. Let's go for it. Get up. Didn't quite come back in time. That's another par. So still 6 over par. So that was hole 10 that we just played, and there are some other people on the next part of the course, so we're gonna skip to hole 16 here and then take hole 18, and then we'll call the 12th hole round. Also just because we don't want this video to be like an hour. So here we go, hole 15, the par 4 placement. Want to get out there pretty much right where these guys are sitting on the bench, because they just sat down because they wanted to be there. Like I said, other people in the park, that's fine. But I'm going to try and hyzer it out a little bit maybe. And then second shot, there are 2 ways to the basket. You'll see. Alright, so I don't want to disturb these guys on the bench. So let's make a safari hole called a par 5. And then go all the way to hole 17's basket instead. It's gonna be a decent hole, so let's have a look at that. The basket is like way over in those trees over there. I accidentally threw it back onto hole 16, so I don't know. Whoops. Let's still go to 17. Oh, there's a little headwind here. That's why it flipped. That makes sense. Don't want to throw that thing into headwinds. It's a bit too flippy for that. I feel like I've had a lot of shots really close to perfection, but just hit little trees. But that's really how you feel out here, because it's a tight course, and I think there are only like 1 hole where I feel like in this whole 9 where I feel like they could take down 1 or 2 trees, but other than that, fairways are fair, and if you hit the trees, it's probably your own fault. But we'll have a putt for the birdie here on the Safari par 5, and let's just drain the thing. Not enough height. Alright, hole 18 here, final hole of the video. I am 6 over par, so not as bad as I would have thought, but close to it. I want to get up there in that corner. I don't know if you can see it. You can't see the basket, but lefty, I think the only way to get there is like probably a roller. The only way I can get like a putt. So let's try that. I don't know how this is going to go, but for some of you guys, big throwers, this might be a roller disc. Perfect roller disc. Never mind. Bit too thick of grass and also uphill, so it didn't curl up, but that's fine. It was a throw-in opportunity. Got the perfect lie to go for the throw-in. Let's get it. Let's get a cool finish here. Not quite. Par. We end 6 over. That's a decent score, but more importantly, let's conclude on this thing. To me, this is like my main distance driver, and I'm in that range of like I can throw 110 meters or something like that on my righty and on my lefty. Well, 100 meters on my lefty maybe. And for that distance, it's perfect because I can actually flip it a little bit and get it to fly before fading, which is what I need in my distance drivers. I would maybe recommend going a little bit slower if you are throwing shorter than me. And even me, I definitely need something slower than this too to complement it. But it's really good for consistency, in my opinion, because it has that little bit of turn, but it always comes back in the end due to the 13 speed, and it's really glidey. I think it can be a really good turnover disc if you throw harder than I do, like for big turnovers with your backhand or something like that. Wouldn't recommend it for forehands unless you're just getting started. Then it could be a pretty good distance forehand disc, but all around, nice disc. And go get it in your local retailer, and if they don't have it, ask them why they don't, because these discs are good. I'll see you guys in the tournament vlog. That's what the next video will be. Already filmed it, just about to edit it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.